Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. So today I will be changing my bearings on my AD-20.5 or AD-20.5 to the Skiff bearings that I ordered about a week ago, and they just came in. So they are right here. I didn't take them out of the package just yet, but as you can see, very thin and tiny. 19 balls in there for the bearings. So a lot of little balls to make this thing a lot smoother. Now the action on this AD-20 is amazing. I have no issue with it. It's crazy smooth, I'd say. So I'm really curious to see what these bearings are going to do to it. But my main reason of getting these bearings was because when I took this knife apart to clean it up, because it was just kind of dusty in there and I didn't like it, unfortunately I looked at one of the bearings and one of the balls were not there. They just didn't exist. So I'm going to show you guys more exactly what I'm talking about when I take it apart. So let's take this thing apart and I'll show you the missing bearing in there, and then we will install the Skiff bearings. Alright, so here it is all taken apart. I don't have to take it completely apart since I'm just changing the bearings, but as you can see right here, I am missing a bearing. So that was an interesting surprise when I first took this thing apart. So it didn't really mess with the action. It's actually very smooth, so I guess missing a bearing, you're gonna do just fine. But like I said, that was just kind of bugging me, and I figured the Skiff bearings were in stock and just decided to go ahead and get them and then let you guys know if they are worth it or not. So I'm sure even if this wasn't missing a bearing, more than likely I would have got these bearings because I've been wanting to give Skiff bearings a try. So I figured why not try it on this and see what happens. There it is, all clean. Now we can get to the bearings. So I'll pull these out. And like I said, the packaging has quite a bit of oil in there, so that's nice. We'll just take these out, and my goodness, these things are tiny and super skinny. So you guys can see right there, very thin, but you have ceramic ball bearings, so you get an upgrade already. And we can do a comparison to the other bearing. So thin, same thickness, well obviously it's going to have to be, and then you can see the difference here. I'll try to get them on the tip of my finger. Here we go. But there's the difference. Obviously a lot more balls in the Skiff bearings, and it just looks a lot better. So a little bit thinner too, which is, I don't think is going to be an issue. And really quick, I'm just going to wipe the grease or whatever comes on them just to make sure there's no gunk. Wipe these off, just a simple clean, nothing crazy. I'm going to check really quick to see if there's a larger and smaller area, which there is. So it's a slight difference. You can see there's more ceramic balls exposed here than the other side. They look a lot smaller. So I'm going to expose the larger side of the ceramic balls towards the blade. So I'll put the smaller exposed area on the liners. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. I'll get some of my gun oil. This is what I use instead of the official oil for knives. I mean, if this can handle gun parts, it's going to handle little baby bearings. So I haven't had any issues with it. I'm just going to put a couple dabs. I'm not going to go too crazy. Pivot pin as well. We'll grab one of these and put it on with the larger holes up to right on the blade. Drop it on down, and then we're going to put the blade on just to make it easier. Now this is the tricky part where you have to get that shark lock and the spring from shooting up. So we're good there. I'm surprised it's staying in there because usually it likes to fly out. And then I'll put Just a couple more drops of oil. Put about 3 of them. Again, larger towards the blade. And I'm just checking to make sure all the balls are there, which they are. Thank God. And then I'm actually going to put just a little bit on the liner. Now we're going to install this right on top. Hopefully that spring is going to cooperate with us, which it is. Sometimes you have to release the lock, and there you go, slides right in. That's the same thing on a lot of cold steel knives. If the liner, if it has liners, if the liner doesn't want to go in, you have to push the triad lock, loosens everything up, and then the liner will drop on down. Then we will put the scale on. And just so you guys know, I'm going to be creating some pretty cool scales for my own personal AD-20.5. So that'll be happening very soon. Put this on just like this. I like to get my screws started before I commit with the bit drivers. Alright, so here it is all put together. I'm going to adjust the pin here in just a second. Let's close this. And we are not centered, so I'm just going to tighten it just a little bit more. Okay, so we're not centered, but I think I went too tight on the hardware ones up here. But let's see how the action is, because I'm really curious. Okay, so it's still smooth. I wouldn't say it's, I don't know, I can't really notice a difference. Yeah, I mean, it feels amazing. And I'm just glad that I know there's no ball bearings missing in there. Let's see if there's any blade play. The slightest amount of movement, or blade play, but super smooth now. I'll be honest, I can't really notice a difference, but it feels more solid in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but I'd say they're worth it. Yeah, it feels more solid, especially when it closes too. So maybe it's because all the balls are there, but that's the only difference I can pick up on. So I hope that helped, or if you guys just needed a video on how to install the skiff bearings, I hope this video helped. And there it is, the AD-20.5 with the skiff bearings installed. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for the support, and I will see you guys on the next one.